Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Ashley Russo. On today's show, how a community college culinary program is providing students with unique opportunities, how organ donation is turning a negative into a positive, and a look at some beautiful gardens around our area. All that and more. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. Take a look behind the scenes and see why lighting is an important element in video.
Hi everyone, I'm Dylan, lead camera and editor from ASR Media. And a question that we get often while we're on shoots from clients is, why is lighting so important? Well, in this video, I'm gonna try to do my best to tell you why lighting is so important. Our cameras do a pretty good job to reproduce what the human eye can see, but it has a limit to what detail and contrast can be captured. We like to use our own lights so that we're in control of what that camera sees. When setting up lighting for a shoot, it's important to make sure the subject pops and eliminate all shadows that might be there. To do this, we normally use one light facing our main subject. This is our key light. We also use another light to lighten any shadows created on their face, also known as a fill light. Depending on the background, our shoots sometimes require a third light to illuminate backdrops that may be a little bit darker. Here's an example of how a setup shot can look completely different once we add lighting. Much better, right? We found the perfect LED light kit for our team that's easy to travel with, easy to set up, conserves more energy, and can be used in the field with a battery, making it possible for us to enhance any interview shot with lighting. If you want to learn more about the importance of lighting, make sure to check out our blog post. We go into a lot more detail.
Thanks for the insight, Dylan. And up next, a college giving culinary students a hands-on experience. Take a look.
New Orleans is probably one of the oldest culinary cities in the United States, influenced by the French and Spanish and African American. It's truly an amazing city for food, for music, for architect, and for you guys to do this great program.
The New Orleans program is kind of a unique program. So we've been working with Emerald here for several years, and the students actually do an essay contest. They write an essay as to why they want to come and why they should be chosen and what they want to gain from the program. At that point, students are chosen and selected to then compete, and they do a mystery basket.
I'm sure a lot of you have seen the show Chopped, and you open up a box and you see jelly beans or something as one of the items. This year it was pretty challenging, I gotta tell you. They responded really well, and it was a tremendous learning experience for all of them.
It's really a multi-talented skill level competition. So at that point, then the students get chosen.
The rest is history.
Coming down here through NCC to experience New Orleans actually has been super amazing.
We're in New Orleans, and what we're doing is staging at Chef Emerald's restaurants and helping out with the Beer Boudin and Carnival du Vin.
They've been working through all the Emerald restaurants here to get some really good hands-on experience. It's been a pretty busy week with some sponsorship dinners and just general restaurant business.
You can't even imagine how grateful I am for the program to be able to have this opportunity to meet these guest chefs. I would have never imagined I would be in this position.
The students not only get the staging in the restaurants and working with the chefs, but they also get to understand the cuisine and the culture of New Orleans.
We've got a chance to experience some fantastic cuisine. We've got a chance to see the collaborative efforts between the culinary program and the hospitality program. We go hand in glove.
I will be working at Carnival du Vin and working the festival, helping setting up everything and getting the experience together.
The students are able to use this week's experience to be able to build a platform for how they're going to succeed once they get out in the world of work and really join the industry as professionals.
The NCC program gets better year after year, and it's a great opportunity for somebody that wants to get into the hospitality, culinary arts field. It gets them kind of that first step of what they need to do to learn some of the basic fundamental skills that they can take out in the workplace.
It just makes me believe more that NCC is just an amazing college. They care about what you're doing and they care about your future. They're not just trying to push you through. They want you to succeed.
I cannot say thank you enough. This is an amazing opportunity as a young chef.
Thank you, Chef Emerald, for giving me the opportunity. Every day is a learning experience, and I thank you for being a part of that.
I would like to give a very big thank you to Chef Emerald Lagasse, Chef Victor Bach, everyone that works for NCC, and everyone that has given me this opportunity to come down to New Orleans.
What an amazing experience to have Emerald Lagasse as your mentor. Thanks, Northampton Community College. And up next, how St. Luke's participates in the Gift of Life program. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. Check out how St. Luke's participates in a program that gives people the opportunity to save a life.
I was diagnosed with P. vasculitis in January of 2018, and it caused end-stage renal disease. It was really devastating. You start to think about your life and your plans, and things don't go the same way that you had planned, but now I'm hoping to get a transplant. I think a lot of people don't think about organ donation until it happens to them or someone close to them. People don't like to talk about death, but the Gift of Life program is so important to have because it's able to turn a negative situation into a positive one and actually give someone the gift of life.
It is important to spread awareness about organ and tissue donation because we have 113,000 people in the United States who are currently waiting for organ transplants.
You have patients that benefit from heart transplants, kidney transplants, but you also have patients that benefit from skin tissue grafts and heart valves and blood vessels that can help in recovery of multiple disease processes.
Gift of Life is a federally designated organ procurement organization, and we coordinate organ and tissue donation in our region.
At St. Luke's, we are partners with Gift of Life. We don't do organ transplant here, but we help families that may need to transition their loved ones into an organ donor to help save other people's lives.
One organ donor can save 8 lives, and one tissue donor can help up to 75 people.
I'm waiting to get a kidney transplant, so right now I do dialysis every night. A transplant would really improve my quality of life. To me, Gift of Life means hope. Being a donor is an act of selflessness.
When a patient has a devastating injury or neurologic or medical event that they're not going to survive, and their family and the patient recognize the need to donate organs as a gift to save somebody else's life, it's important to recognize them for that gift they're providing.
St. Luke's honors families by lighting a candle in the chapel for every organ donor that occurs at the hospital.
Organ donation takes a devastating, tragic situation and turns it into something positive for the patient, but also for a family, and it helps give that sense of closure, and it also may help them with the sense that their loved one lived on.
I would encourage someone to be a donor because there's really no reason not to.
In our area, we had more families that say yes to donation than anywhere else in the country, and in 2019, we had 664 organ donors, which resulted in organ transplants for 1,865 people. Gift of Life means a second chance.
To me, it gives me hope. It gives me, hope to go on and then to see my children and grandchildren go up.
Gift of Life means new beginnings. If you can save someone's life, why wouldn't you?
Joining me is Jody Stout. She's the Projects and Special Programs Manager for Acute Care Surgical Services at St. Luke's. Jody, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Ashley.
What is the Gift of Life program? It's so amazing.
Gift of Life is a not-for-profit organization that connects hospitals with organ donation, and Gift of Life serves the South Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware areas through our hospital.
Often when people think of organ donation, they think of the transplants, but how does St. Luke's participate in this program?
St. Luke's participates by having a Gift of Life coordinator that works along in conjunction with families to help them get through the process of sifting through organ donation and helping all parties involved.
I would imagine this is such a difficult process. Why is it important for people to participate in organ donation? Often we're asked somewhere when we get our license or the DMV, but we don't hear much about it after that.
Organ donation is a very, very important thing. Pennsylvania has over 5,000 people currently waiting for organs, and the country has over 110,000 people waiting for organs. So anytime we can save a life, it's very important.
So tell me about St. Luke's impact in 2019.
It was a big impact. 2019 had 59 lives that were saved through organ donation through our Bethlehem campus, and throughout the network, we were able to save over 90 people with organ donation in 2019 throughout our network.
When you think about organ donation, maybe it seems like a foreign concept. How easy is it, and how does someone sign up? And then what does it really mean?
Oh, it's very easy to sign up. You can sign up in person. You can sign up online. You can sign up at your DMV office, wherever you'd like to sign up. The website is www.donors1.org, and then you are registered to be an organ donor. It's important for you to let your family members know as well that you're interested in doing that, because that's always an important step.
Jody, you do so much important work at St. Luke's around organ donation. Tell me what's most rewarding about this job.
Oh, I think when you can take somebody through a very hard process of having to go through a loss, and you're able to let them know that they're helping other families. One organ donor can help 8 people with major organs and up to 75 people in other ways. So it really is very satisfying to all parties involved.
That's really significant when you give those numbers. Why is St. Luke's so committed to being a part of Gift of Life and organ donation?
St. Luke's has always been very committed to Gift of Life and organ donation because of the ongoing need for it. And it's just such an important step for people to realize that it can make a difference in somebody's life during your loss to be able to help somebody else.
Wonderful. Jody, thank you so much. Certainly a position no one wants to be in, but it's wonderful to know that your organs can make a difference in the lives of so many. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay tuned. This is The Peak. Our community is made up of artists, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Let's take a look at one of our own and find out why the Lehigh Valley is the place to be. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Unscripted with Russo. I have a great guest today, my good friend Don Cunningham. He's the president and CEO of Lehigh Valley Economic Development Corp., which sounds very official, Don.
It's a lot to say.
It's a lot to
really
say. It is.
Yeah,
LVEDC kind of rolls off the tongue.
It does.
But for those who may not know that acronym, you guys do a lot in this area. Tell me just a little bit about the LVEDC.
Well, so it is a mouthful to say. You know, it was started by the corporate leaders in the Lehigh Valley back in the mid-'90s with a lot of, I think, vision and foresight. At that time in the mid-'90s, the economy was very different here.
Bethlehem Steel just closed.
Well, yeah, it was
was
just
closing.
closing.
So things were changing pretty rapidly.
You know, we're still feeling the effects of the Billy Joel song, Allentown, and the branding of the region wasn't real good. And it was a time when, you know, heavy industry in America was going down, and it was kind of the Rust Belt story. And basically they said, look, we need to do 2 things. We need to act as a region. We need to rebrand ourselves as a region. Because Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton will never have enough resources to market themselves. So we can create a public-private partnership with corporate money and government money and tell the story of the region.
We should mention, of course, that you were the mayor of Bethlehem.
Yeah.
So how do we go from a journalist, you get your grad school degree, you're poli-sci, you're sort of interested in government, you're writing about government. When does that come into play? It's not that many years later, right? I mean, you're in your 30s.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I end up leaving journalism, get a job at Moravian College as their director of media and marketing, and then I get recruited to go to PPL in the corporate office. So at that time, I'm in corporate communications in the headquarters at PPL.
I didn't know about that chapter.
And I decided to run for city council, which is part-time, and, you know, because now I'm not in journalism, I can run. So literally I had the idea of running within about a year's time. People say, did you always know you wanted to run? I'm like, no, not at all. I wanted to cover it. I wanted to write about it. I wanted to understand it. And then it was really what was happening in Bethlehem that it was tremendous change that was coming, and for some reason I felt compelled to get involved myself. So I walked around and knocked on doors and ran for city council, which was, I'd had nobody in my family had been in politics. I didn't know anybody in politics. I didn't have the support of anybody in politics. I just, was of the city and had thoughts about where we needed to go, and got myself elected to the city council.
We're so grateful for all that you do for this community, Don, and the LVEDC does so much great work, and the growth is incredible. It's really been fun to watch and fun to make my home in life here too.
Thanks.
So thank you.
I've been lucky, the jobs I've had in the career. So thanks.
Good. Well, thanks for being here, Don.
Don.
Thank you guys for listening. This is Unscripted with Russo. For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Lehigh Valley is full of beauty. Let's explore some engaging gardens around our region.
I love gardening because every morning you can go out and see what new things have come up. It's a great joy. Everything that you see here has been brought here over the past 3 years, including the trees, including the bushes. The outside environment is just as important as the house or the building, so I think that does enhance the environment and our town. It's hard to say favorite, but I do like the creeping Jenny, which you may have noticed in the front along the street, because it spreads quickly. I think everybody enjoys nature and seeing color. We learn by doing.
Welcome to the Horsefield House and our garden. Our house was built originally in 1746, and it was the market for which Market Street is named. There's a public aspect to this garden, as there's a lot of tourists, a lot of people walk by here, and I have not wanted to put up a lot of screening greenery, and so people can see in. I want to invite their vision in and kind of see what I've done. This is for my family, it's for me, but it's also for Bethlehem, because I think there's so much beauty in downtown Bethlehem that it's so nice to be able to create an experience where you, as the person who's walking down the sidewalk, can look in and say, wow, that is a lovely sanctuary in there. Somebody loves their garden here.
We melded contemporary barn on one end and a master suite on the other end, and then renovated the existing rooms that were in the original Cape Cod. Personally, I like older things. I guess I could say I'm old, so that helps. But when you have some rooms that are natural, like our den and like the barn, I think it's nice to have some older material. It looks nicer. When we thought about doing the house, we wanted to bring the light in. One of the things we learned many, many years ago, when you speak to architects and you talk to interior designers, light is one of the things that makes a home interesting. So we wanted a lot of light, and with that, you use a lot of glass. When you use a lot of glass and you can look out, you better make sure the outside looks as good as the inside. Around the house, it's very manicured. That's where all the plantings are, etc. But if you walked around the perimeter of the property, you'd see a lot of trees, a lot of shrubs, a lot of bushes that enclose the property. And with a 90-pound lab, he likes all that grass out there. There are 4 types of stone on the outside of this house. It's local. It comes from Boyertown, a quarry called Rolling Rock. And we went to the quarry to pick out the rock. But to me, that's part of building something that's unique and interesting. You have to do a little bit extra, but to me that's all interesting and speaks to artisans and crafts. I just enjoyed putting the pieces together from a concept.
There are so many hidden gems in our area, thanks to Historic Bethlehem for bringing them to life. To learn more about anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. How how an organ donation, yeah. And how,
Organ donation.
nope, we're on lighting. Oh my God. That was Dylan who gave us insight. This is something else. Check out these gardens around our region. I just can't get the line. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
To see more of the Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.